Welcome back to Destination Pro Wrestling. In this video, we got some major news in regards to AEW Rampage and Smackdown going head-to-head next week. Also, some interesting news about Tessa Blanchard and AJ Lee. There may be bigger plans involved within those two being part of WOW. Also, we are going to talk a little bit about USA Network, Fox Network, because it looks like there are some problems arising. My name is Zango. This is Destination Pro Wrestling. If you guys want more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button. This way you can get daily videos right here on DPW. Alright guys, now here's the thing. Fox has SmackDown, USA has Raw, Peacock has signed billions of dollars worth for the Peacock WWE Network deal, and now it's come out that Peacock, NBC, USA are not allowing WWE Fox to post any footage from SummerSlam or the Peacock Network. Now, this is actually really concerning considering that WWE has a television deal with two major competitors, and that to me tells me that more problems arise ahead. Now, here's the thing. Peacock is its own streaming platform that WWE has a deal with, right? Fox has the TV deal with SmackDown. SmackDown currently, as is, right now, is more successful than Raw. Whether that changes or not in the next year, that really depends on a variety of things. But right now, SmackDown continues to be the flagship show. It continues to get the most viewers. The fact that USA, NBC, Universal have an issue with Fox promoting essentially the Peacock Network is absolutely astonishing to me. The WWE social media team for Fox has to resort to posting GIFs. And I just find this to be really stupid on USA NBC's end because Fox is a premier television network. While they are in competition with each other, they should be both should be elevating the WWE product as it stands so that way both of them are successful. Now, I guess since they are competitors, they don't really care about that. But if you want WWE to be a successful draw for your television network, which I can't imagine why you wouldn't want that considering you paid billions of dollars for Raw and billions of dollars for SmackDown, it just doesn't make sense to me if I'm being quite honest. And we talk a lot about AEW on this channel. Look at AEW Rampage and TNT Dynamite, right? Like Rampage going to be on TNT, Dynamite's being moved to TBS, but ultimately those are all owned by Warner Media. And the fact that those television networks are owned by one company says that there's not going to be an issue like WWE currently has. Now, I've actually said for a while, I think despite the fact that WWE got paid a lot of money for those TV deals, I always believed there was a bad mistake going to two different networks. Truth be told, guys, I just don't think WWE's in a situation where they should have done that because you want a television network partner that is going to be all in on all of your content. And yes, I know money talks, and pretty much for WWE, it is the end-all be-all. But if you're WWE and you're in a situation where USA Network won't allow Fox to promote something that, by the way, brings more attention to your streaming network, it just gets chaotic and confusing, and ultimately, in my opinion, it's simply dumb. If this is the issues that they're having now, we got a couple more years on those TV deals, so I'm really anxious to see what happens there. Alright guys, for the next story of the day, we're going to talk a little bit about AJ Lee versus Tessa Blanchard because it may be part of the cards for WOW Wrestling. Women's of Wrestling is back. They're getting rebooted 2022. We know AJ Lee is going to be an executive producer. We know Tessa Blanchard will also be wrestling. And on top of that, we know she's going to be a talent scout. With that being said, WOW Wrestling has had several mistakes in the past, and now they're getting tons of heat because they released a t-shirt in regards to Tessa Blanchard being referenced as nuclear. Sounds like they're willing to take any controversy and try to spin it in a way to make money, but to be honest with you, the Tessa Blanchard stuff was just ridiculous. It's the reason why no major wrestling promotion has signed her. A lot of people want to stay away from her, so the idea that WOW is trying to capitalize off of it is ridiculous. But here's the thing, AJ Lee is not ruling out a return to the ring, it just has to make sense, and here's where I think it might make the most sense. I'm not condoning this, I'm not advocating for this, I'm just simply stating what the plans may be, which are potentially Tessa Blanchard versus AJ Lee at a special event for WOW. Now, with, of course, their TV deal being part of Viacom CBS, syndicated television and whatnot, you never know how they might try to spin it. And as much as I like AJ Lee, I prefer that she doesn't have this match. I prefer that AJ Lee wrestles in AEW with CM Punk. I think that would make the most sense. And on top of that, you know, Tessa Blanchard at this point is just lost cause. I think she's a phenomenal wrestler, a phenomenal talent. I thought she did great stuff in Impact, but there was too many issues that I can go on and on about here. And, you know, here's the thing. It's not about cancel culture or whatnot. You know, there was things about Tessa holding out Impact for money. I mean, there was things that came out, and yes, we don't really know the truth to any of these stories, but when there's that much negative press surrounding you, it's hard for companies to get involved. WWE and AEW stayed away. Impact Wrestling stayed away. They never brought her back. ROH stayed away. So here's the thing, guys. If it is, in fact, AJ Lee versus Tessa Blanchard, if that does, in fact, happen, that's not something I necessarily want to see, if I'm being completely honest. I want to see AJ Lee wrestle, but I don't want to see her wrestle under these circumstances. Ultimately, some really interesting stuff. I don't know how the WoW reboot is going to work. Jeannie Buss is the owner of the Lakers. You know, this thing kind of flopped before, but who knows? Post-pandemic, maybe things get better. All right, guys, and our final story of the day, AEW Rampage versus Smackdown Super Show. That's right, next Friday, AEW Rampage is going live. WWE is going to have a 2.5-hour show on FS1, and I know a lot of people are thinking that this is going to be tremendous for WWE or even tremendous for AEW. I actually believe this is a lose-lose situation. If I'm being completely honest here, you know, Rampage is going to have some tricks up their sleeve. They're planning some big surprises versus SmackDown. That's very clear. There's a reason why they're going live. AEW, Tony Khan has responded to this. You know, they're ready for war with WWE. Now, WWE, on the other hand, I don't understand the motive behind this rule other than to put down AEW, but I just think it's ridiculous. You know, I love competition. I think it's great. One of the big things about wrestling, though, and we all mentioned this during the Wednesday Night Wars, was the fact that during the Wednesday Night Wars, we enjoyed both products, and because of the Wednesday Night Wars, we really couldn't enjoy watching both products. You were ending up in a situation where you were missing stuff. So WWE's motive for going an extra 30 minutes, I just think regardless of what the reason is, it's ridiculous. Plus, on top of that, WWE is competing with MLB that night, so WWE got bumped to FS1, Fox Sports 1, which, by the way, the last few times WWE was on there, the ratings dropped significantly low anyways. Rampage's ratings have also dropped a little bit too, so I don't think this is a win-win situation for anybody, but if I'm going to be honest with you, I can't wait to see what AEW does, because those first 30 minutes of Rampage are going to be absolutely crazy. You already know Tony Khan's going to pull out all the stops to make this successful. So anyways, guys, I want to know what you think in the comments section down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on DPW.